What is up, lovely people? Chef Joel Gamron here from Homemade. We are so over the freaking moon excited that you are here joining us in the kitchen. We have an incredible partnership to announce, to celebrate, to dive deep into. But today we are talking about, that's right, awesome sauce. 3 awesome sauces, which is going to be amazing. And you're wondering who this amazing person to me to the right is in the blue. Matching your eyes, matching my eyes.
Beurre Blue.
Beurre Blue. So let's talk about Beurre Blanc. Let's first talk about you. This is Teresa, our new buddy. Teresa, give everyone just, who are you?
Hi, everybody. I am Teresa, and I have been at Verda now for almost 10 years. By trade, I'm a registered dietitian, and I have now been on our content team, so creating lots of different content in writing. I do a weekly column. I do a podcast, and I get to write a lot of really cool, fun stuff. And now I get to be here, and it's like a dream come true. So
this is what it's all about. And you're wondering, what is Verda? And a lot of you guys are Verda members, so you know what Verda is. You're on the program. But I want to just start out by saying, if you followed me for many years, I've been public about it. I was pushing 300 pounds at my heaviest.
Wow.
I was a student athlete in college and then just gained a lot of weight. I mean, I guess when you become a professional chef, you kind of eat for a living.
Yeah.
And no one really trusts a skinny chef. So I've had to kind of deal with my weight, my relationship to food. And I tried weight loss drugs, which for those of you at home, that's the Ozempic, that's all those. And they didn't work for my body. And so I was desperately looking for an answer. And I got set up on what felt like a blind date with Verda and their COO, who's such a great guy. And we got to talking, and we have started this partnership. And Verda, I know what it is, but obviously we have someone you've been there for 10 years, almost since the beginning. What is Verda?
What is Verda? Oh, wow. That's a great question. We are on a mission to reverse diabetes and obesity in 1 billion people.
Yeah.
And so that's like a really big.
Just a small little, you could do that on Saturday if you need.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Yeah,
not a big
like running an errand.
Yeah. But, we are looking to personalize our nutrition guidelines and overall just our lifestyle for all of our members.
Yeah.
And really want to make it easy, want to make it something that you can do every single day by, combining that, really those personalized aspects, what people love, what their goals are, what their lifestyle is. Are you a truck driver, or do you work third shift? Do you only eat at gas stations? Are you a chef?
Right.
Everybody can do this, and we want to work with you, combine that personalization, combine the science, which demonstrates that it works, and then we get this, magical
elixir of love.
Elixir.
Do you like that word, elixir? That's a good one, right? I mean, I will say it has worked dreamy for me. I've lost 5 pounds since starting it 3 months ago. We'll get about we'll dive more into the program, but it's really rad to me to have you, Teresa, here, registered dietitian, a chef, and then of course you guys at home. So just the trifecta here, and we want to hear from you guys at home. This is kind of a new partnership for us, so you guys can ask questions at any time. We have our lovely producer in the chat, Mary. Mary, what's up, girl?
What's up, girl? I'm so excited to have a guest here today.
I know.
It's like having someone special over at your house.
I know.
And we're going to make so many sauces.
Yeah.
I'm just stoked. I'm stoked.
Yeah. So you guys can, in the chat, talk to Mary. Mary can yell things out to Teresa and I, and we can answer it in real time. Obviously, if it's more like care-related, maybe diabetes-related, it might be something that Teresa will take on. If it's something culinary-related, maybe something I take on, but we'll kind of tag team it together. But what are people saying in the chat? Are people stoked? Mary?
One more time.
Are people stoked in the chat?
People are stoked, and we have over 100 folks just tuning in.
Just
it's
at the beginning. We had over 2,000 people register for this, which is a lot.
Yes.
That's pretty rad. 2,000 people.
Rad.
Yeah, and we'll have hundreds of thousands watch it afterwards, which is pretty awesome. So you guys, by being here live, are the special ones. So definitely interact with us. But again, let's dive in. 3 sauces, all fantastic for you. Here's the deal. When I eat healthy, I'll make like chicken breast, tofu, whatever, and I get bored after like a week.
Yeah.
Are you like that?
Yes.
I get so bored. I don't know. Even as a chef, I know how to make a lot of different things, but it seems like a lot. I got kids. I don't want to keep cooking. If you can learn 3 sauces and you can rock out these 3 sauces, tofu, chicken, mushrooms, they can take on like a whole new personality. Don't you agree?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I first started kind of developing a love of cooking by starting with sauces. And these were not fancy sauces.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like I learned that you could put olive oil and vinegar together and with some salt and pepper and onion powder and garlic powder.
Yeah, but
And then like you can add cumin, which is
Yeah.
my favorite spice. You can add all these other things. And it was like, oh my gosh, this tastes amazing. And
Yeah.
now I can add it to steak. I can add it to chicken, fish, like. And then all of a sudden everything just came to life. And I was like, oh, I love this. This is so great. And it can be so fast and easy. And
It can be. And you can have it in the fridge, douse it on everything, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
yeah.
This first sauce, I think, is underrated. Have you heard of Romesco sauce before?
You know, I have not. Embarrassed.
For real? That's not.
I mean, I've heard of it, but
That's why I asked.
I don't know what it is
Yeah,
exactly.
I want to know in the chat. Throw in the chat, yes or no. Have you heard of Romesco sauce? I think it is like, I'm throwing it out there right now. This is like the unicorn sauce. Like, this is when you taste this sauce, your eyes just kind of roll in the back of your head. You can't stand up straight. Like, this sauce is so good. It's a Spanish sauce, and it is so easy to rock out. Are you ready?
I can't wait.
Do you have a food processor at home, Teresa?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. That is like step one to this. So it's really easy. We've got some roasted bell peppers. So you can go ahead and just add those in, Teresa.
All right.
Right? And you can buy them like this. You can roast them over the fire, even if you know. That,
By the way, I've never felt so cool in my entire life.
what? What? By adding peppers?
By doing it on like a cooking show.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Well, you're about to feel even double cool. So we've got some garlic and we've got some almonds.
all of them?
Yep, all of them. So here's the thing. When I see a handful of nuts or like a cup of nuts go into anything, I'm like, is this healthy? Because I've been told like you can overdo it on nuts. What is your take there?
I mean, you can overdo it on nuts, absolutely, but you're probably not eating all of this yourself.
No, but
Yeah.
like thinking about nuts in a sauce, think about
Mhm.
like pesto with
Mhm.
pine nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts are a really good thickener. They add richness and obviously great flavor, toasty and butteriness to it.
Yes.
So the nuts are kind of the base here. I added a little tomato paste, some red wine vinegar, and then you want to smell what's in there and tell me what you think that is?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's see, Teresa.
Well, definitely paprika, smoked paprika,
Nailed it.
and
The other ones probably doesn't smell.
Chili.
I think it was kind of a trick question. It's cayenne. You got it right.
I got the smoked paprika,
Yes,
which makes
let
me
me
feel
smell
pretty
this.
special. Also, I just figured that out like last year that there was like a smoked paprika.
I mean, can we
so-
talk about smoked paprika?
Can we please?
It is so good. And people don't realize it's like barbecuing without going out to the barbecue. If you just sprinkle some over your eggs, it smells
Ooh.
unbelievable. Even over just like a roasted chicken breast, it feels like a grilled chicken breast at that point. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
it just takes everything up to the next level.
I
It's so
think it
good.
does. I think it does. So I add that in, and then I'm going with a big pinch of salt. You want to go with some olive oil?
Yes, all of it.
Yep, all of it.
All of it.
Yep, all of the olive oil. And then we're just gonna blend this up. And this is how fast this is. It really is kind of like pesto vibes.
Uh-huh.
Don't you think?
Yeah, yeah.
This is just coming together. And you can see it gets kind of creamy. And you want to break down those nuts. And we'll go double time here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's take a look. So it should smell smoky, kind of look bright.
It does.
Is that
Mhm.
bad?
It is
I mean,
bad.
this is one of the most addictive sauces in the world. So we're going to spoon this out. We actually roasted off some chicken meatballs. So already you're just seeing this, like, look at the color of this. It's like fire red, by the way. Check this out. Can we get a close up of that?
Oh my god.
Isn't that gorgeous? I mean,
Just
that,
drink it. You could just drink it.
honestly, you can. So that is our Romesco. I do want to ask you, okay, is Verda a diet? Like, and like, is there like, when you say what is allowed on Verda, is that even
Uh-huh.
a thing, or like,
No.
how are you supposed to eat on Verda? Because
Oh.
this already feels like if this is part of the Verda world, there's a lot of options.
Yeah, I mean, is it a diet? Well, what do you think of when you hear diet? It's
I think of like a very constricted plan that you have to stick to
Yeah.
I don't know, get a result.
I mean, when I think of diet, I think I'm like going on this crash
100%.
diet for like my wedding, and then I'm just gonna go back to eating whatever, right? So
Yes.
no, Verda is not a diet, and I mean, we are recommending certain changes. How can you make something with less carbohydrate? How can you really make sure that you're amping up those healthy fats so that you can stay full and so that it is sustainable over time. But this is all about making sure that this is something delicious and healthy and keeps you full and beats cravings that you can do for the rest of your life. That is it.
Sustainable. We can all relate to starting something to be like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done
Yeah.
eating carbs for the rest of my life. I'm
Yeah.
done. I can tell you guys that's how I always approach food. Even as someone like a chef, it's this unhealthy kind of, I don't know what you say. You put this expectation on yourself where it's like, this is how I eat now, and I'm not eating any other way. Verda has taught me that there's lots of ways to eat. There's lots of people who need different things. And this is not, you have to eat this way. This is a way that works into your lifestyle and supports you and meets you where you are. And that is why it's sustainable. And that's why it makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
All right. Sauce in, we've got some chicken meatballs. The big thing is on Verda is we do want to kind of eat lower carbohydrates.
Yeah.
We want to have really good sources of lean protein, great sources of fat, because this keeps you super satiated. When you think about this, there's a good amount of fat in here. There's animal fat. There's also nuts in here. So this right here doesn't, to me, scream diet food. This screams like something I want to eat. I want to dig into. So we have these gorgeous chicken meatballs, a little bit of Romesco. Do you want to try one of these?
Yes.
Would you go fingers here?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's dip. Let's try it out.
Okay, while we're dipping, it's time for the rapid fire of questions from the chat. Are we ready? I'll let you have your moment.
I want the rapid fire.
I know.
Can we talk about that for a sec?
Yeah.
Is that not bomb?
This is so bomb.
It's so good. Let me hit you again with a little bit of that sauce. Right here.
I was like, am I going and just.
You're going in.
Okay.
It's smoky. It's rich. It's bright.
I'm trying not to just pop the entire
Are
thing.
you losing it? Isn't that so good?
I might faint. I'm really losing it.
I love it. This is something I want to eat every day. And again, I can have it for lunch. I could have it for dinner. Romesco sauce, one of the top sauces you are not making and you need to make. Get behind this. You approve? As the last meatball goes down. All right.
And
hit me.
speaking of, so with this Romesco, could we sub tomato if, say, we don't love a red pepper?
You can totally sub a tomato. You want to take the seeds out of the tomato because the seeds have a lot of liquid in it and water. So it would make it too watery, almost like a salsa, if that makes sense. The red pepper is a lot drier and will kind of spin and get thicker, almost the paste. Like that's why it has that kind of cool texture. I'm trying to think of what else you could do instead of red pepper. Honestly, you could take the seeds out of a zucchini and do it. So it doesn't have to be red. I've seen all different kind of different flavors and colors of Romesco, but that's where I would go. I'd go tomato, take the seeds out. Great question.
And next question. We saw that you did some food processing with some almonds that had skins on. What do we think about that?
From a culinary standpoint, from a life
I
standpoint.
would say from both.
What do you think about it?
The skin on?
Yeah.
Oh,
From a nutrition standpoint, almonds with skin on.
I didn't know there was with or without skin on.
I feel like our question is
We
answered.
only know dressed almonds, not naked almonds.
Love it.
Yeah, they have to keep their clothes on in order to
Of course,
to the
of
record
course.
key.
And last question, what would be another nut substitute? Lots of questions thrown in the chat. We've got walnuts, perhaps
Such
a
a good question.
cashew.
I'm a big hazelnut lover. Hazelnuts to me, I don't know, they have like this really floral, different thing, but you could replace it with any nuts that you have. But what about you?
I would go with macadamia nuts, maybe. They're
Actually-
like so rich, but it would, I mean, yeah.
I changed my answer
They're
to
so good.
macadamia nuts. I'm going to Hawaii next week.
You can't change your answer.
Hey, of course you can change your answer. That's
Okay,
allowed. Yes, that's allowed to do. So I will be eating, they call them mac nuts in Hawaii. And
Mac nuts?
I know. That's what they call them. I did not come up with that. All right. Romesco done. Next time I'm doing it with mac nuts. It's going to be delicious. The next sauce we're going to make is a chimichurri.
Okay.
We know it's chimichurri?
I do love chimichurri.
I love it.
I love it.
Yes.
Love it.
So chimichurri, we're going to start off, and we're going to do this with a cauliflower steak. Now, obviously, eating animal protein is great, but you can have it and be a vegetarian or veggie forward, yes?
Absolutely, you can.
So tell me about that. Is that more of a struggle, or is that like totally fine?
Well, no, it's totally fine. I will say that since there are a few more dietary restrictions, really leaning in on, working with your coach to get creative is important. We also have a number of different recipes and different meal plan options for our folks who are vegetarian or vegan. I will say that we do. We'll partner with our friends who don't eat animal products to incorporate more of those foods that they may love that maybe are a little bit higher in carbs, beans, lentils, things like that. And that is completely fine. Again, we work to personalize and meet you where you are. Yeah.
This is why it works.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
All right, but we're going to do cauliflower steaks. If you haven't had a cauliflower steak, you haven't lived. because honestly, it's so good.
I haven't had a cauliflower steak.
Okay, you're done. You're out.
I've eaten a lot of cauliflower, but I have not
Really?
had a cauliflower steak, so I'm really excited.
I would say this is one of the top ways besides air frying cauliflower that I think is just awesome. So
Okay.
come on over. You're
Okay.
going to cook this with me, Teresa. So we've got some neutral oil. This could be vegetable oil. This could be olive oil. But go ahead and add it. We've got a screaming hot pan. So our pan's like a
Screaming hot.
7 out of, yep, that's beautiful. You went with the whole lot. Wasn't expecting that, but
Oh,
no, it's great.
I thought it was the whole thing.
We're going to shallow fry it. It's going to be great.
Okay.
So then, just like a steak, we're going to lay it into the oil. When you do this, you don't want to lay it in towards you because the oil will splash you. So lay it in away. All right, so you do yours. Beautiful. Yes. You did that. Look great. And then a little salt, pepper. All right, you want to do the pepper. And when you season, always season from up high so it really spreads evenly. Beautiful. And I'm just going to toss these guys real quickly once over so we can salt and pepper the other side. Do we do the other side for me?
Of course.
You guys, cauliflower steaks are obviously more economical than steaks. They save so many calories.
Smells good. Smells
smell
so
good,
good.
right?
Yeah.
All right. So the key is once they're searing, don't touch them. Let them just hang. Let them get crusty and delicious, just like normal.
That's the hardest thing to do, I think, is you want to start moving it right away.
That's what I like to do. We're gonna make this chimichurri. I do want to call out what is Verda? So obviously we talked about it. It's not a diet, but there's support. So I could tell you how I started off was first, you meet a health coach. You have your own health coach that you can kind of DM at any time. They'll get back to you within 24 hours. There is tons of material, resources, and content on the actual app itself.
Yep.
And then you actually take your own blood and measure for ketones, glucose. Tell us about it.
Okay. Well, like you said, they're going to meet their health coach. There's a number of other things they're going to have, first. They will get a starter kit. They'll be able to see all the goodies on there. We basically are going to provide you with all the tools that you need to get started and to be successful. So one of those tools that Joel just mentioned was a meter. So you get a meter and you can test your blood, both your blood sugar or your blood glucose. You can test your blood ketones. And I will tell you that, our members who are testing their blood glucose are going to really see this rapid change, or, we hope that they'll see this rapid change. And we're going to be able to use that information to, in real time, adjust medications for those who are taking diabetes medications from their physician, their care team, medical provider, which is super duper cool because you are testing your blood, you're testing your glucose, it's going directly into the app in real time, and then your health coach and your Verda medical provider are touching base and they're like, oh, okay, looks like Sheila needs to drop 10 points of her insulin because her blood sugar is coming down so rapidly. So it's this real-time adjustment. And with the ketones are so valuable. When you test your blood ketones, you're able to see, how is my body responding to my new lifestyle? I can say, perhaps there was some hidden sugar in this sauce that I ate out at a restaurant. I can tell because my ketones dropped the next day. Or you can see how other certain things like sleep or stress levels or even exercise, how all these impact your metabolism by testing your ketones. But by and large, it really informs you of how well your body is adjusting to this type of lifestyle and really how you can make it your own, I would say.
100%. I mean, I've heard of keto.
Yes.
I didn't know what a ketone was.
Yes.
And the fact that they're like little superheroes running around your body,
Yeah.
and you get to actually measure them, and then you get to see where you are on kind of the Richter scale. And I got just like when you weigh yourself and you weigh less, it kind of feels like that, like you've achieved something the more ketones you have.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So back to the recipe. By the way, let's flip these. You give them a little flip?
I would love to.
Let's take a look. I mean, can we talk about this for a second? Look how stunning. Look at that. Look at that in there. I mean, those are awesome.
Beautiful.
Crispy, GBD, golden brown, and delicious, right?
Smells amazing.
It smells incredible. So these are doing their thing. For the sauce, I want to recap what we've done. We took a handful of parsley and a handful of cilantro. Do you like cilantro or not?
I love cilantro. It's
Okay,
very polarizing.
Yeah, a lot of people hate it, and that's
I love
cool. If you don't like cilantro, you could go basil, you could go mint. And then we chopped up a couple of garlic cloves and some shallot. And Teresa, I'm going to show you how to kind of rock chop this. Are you
Please
comfortable
do.
with a knife or no?
I'm comfortable with a knife. I
Not like
struggle a lot with, no, not like that. I struggle a lot with onions and shallots.
Yes. They're kind of hard.
Weird.
Very
Hard
good.
to them.
So we have this mess of herbs and kind of aromatics. And what I want you to do is put your hand on the board, your non-dominant, knife underneath. So this is kind of, your vertex here. Can we get in close here, Richard, so everyone can see? There you go. And then what I want you to do is just rock your knife through and then back. So this kind of stays still, and then this is rocking the whole time. All right? Let's see it.
Back and forth. Okay, let's do it.
Yep, and I'm going to adjust one thing. Your fingers should go on top here and your palm on the ground. So right there.
Ah, so much more control that way.
Does that feel good?
Feels so good.
I love it. Yeah, I think that,
Oops.
I think sometimes when you start eating or shifting the way that you approach food, I don't know, you feel limited. Like I feel limited when I start diets and things like that.
I just feel scared. I felt scared when I first started Berta.
Yeah? Well, tell me more.
Well, I'm a dietitian, right? So I'm supposed to know what to eat, and I'm supposed to know like how to make food healthy.
Yeah.
But I had to just scour the internet and find out, okay, give me like a 7-day meal plan.
Yeah.
And this was before, well, actually this is really before Berta. And so I didn't know how to do it. I had to find other people to tell me how to do it.
Yeah.
But then once I started I made like one meal that was actually good. And I was like, oh, all right, I can do this. And I found out, I can just have like, when in doubt, I can get some turkey and roll it up over a piece of string cheese.
It doesn't have to be fancy. All right, so we're chopping this up. So I totally agree, by the way. And I think that
Tell me when to stop.
you're doing great. I think that eating differently can feel scary. I'm right there with you. It can feel limiting, like I can't have these foods. But when you really double down on it and you have the support of someone like a Verda, you realize that it's limitless. And that's the reality. So, all right, we are chopping up the shallots, the garlic, keep chopping. And I am going to remove these cauliflower sticks. I'm going to reach right around you here.
Okay.
Check this out. I'm just going to put one steak here for Teresa, one for me. What would you serve on the side of this? And I want to ask you guys in the chat, what would you serve on the side of this?
What would I serve?
Yeah. What would you serve with a steak?
I almost said, with a steak.
Yeah, well, this, yeah.
I almost said mashed cauliflower, but then then we have cauliflower on
I
cauliflower.
don't think that'd be bad. I think that'd be
It
awesome.
would be delicious.
Yes.
I really love, we just make broccoli all the time.
Yeah.
I just absolutely love broccoli. And then I really love doing like just roasted red peppers with some cauliflower. I do love cauliflower.
Yes.
Broccoli, asparagus, throw that out like what you have in the fridge,
Yep.
or what you don't have in the fridge and have to go quickly buy,
Yes.
which is what I usually do. And I just love roasting those with like a whole bunch of different seasonings,
Totally.
olive oil. I would put those on the side.
Yes.
And it would be an amazing, it would taste.
It'd be awesome.
It would taste-
I think whatever you'd serve on the side of a steak would be delicious near a cauliflower steak. And honestly, that Romesco would be rocking on there. Would that be good?
that would be so good.
I know.
I'm going to make it as soon as I get home.
100%. But like greens, anything would be like incredible. All right, this looks
done?
perfect.
Okay.
You are done. So I just want to show you guys Teresa's work. Look at this. Can we get in close here? So it's really, really chopped up beautifully, right? And now this is our next sauce. We add all this to a bowl. So I'm going to scoop this up into a bowl, right? And this one, you do not need a machine. You just need a knife and a board, all right? And then a couple more ingredients. So Teresa, you have some chili flakes over there, some red wine vin. Go for it.
Okay, am I doing the whole thing this time?
Yes, go
Okay,
with the
in
whole
there.
thing. I want it spicy. Yep,
I
right
get
in
a
there.
little crazy with.
I love it. You can go with all that vinegar.
All right.
Yeah, right in. Beautiful. And then I'm adding a little bit of olive oil. And this is the end of the sauce.
So fresh.
Isn't that beautiful? This is literally it. So we have a little spoon there if you want to kind of mix that up. I'm going to add some salt, some pepper. And then I just want you to kind of like douse these cauliflower steaks.
Okay.
Let's see it. Let's get close on this. Watch so you guys can see. What I love about the cauliflower steaks is it kind of soaks in. I mean, look at that. Does that not look crazy?
Crazy.
Mary, how are we doing in the chat?
Folks have so many questions, and it's so fun to see that we can have so much fun together just with sauce.
I love it.
And the texture of this one is one of my favorites. I love a chimichurri. Folks actually had a question for Teresa.
Yeah.
What is your favorite meat-based protein?
I hated salmon forever.
Why?
Until it tasted good, right?
Yes,
I did that same forever until my husband made it for me when we were dating. It's like 14 years ago. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's really good. But it's my favorite.
I totally get that. I would say for me, I'm going to go chicken thighs. Chicken thighs for me, I absolutely love. If I'm going seafood though, halibut. You'd ever do a halibut?
Yep.
Yes?
Just for the hell of it. The halibut.
There you go, Teresa.
Another quick question for Teresa about a swap out. What's your favorite cooking oil to use with Verda?
My favorite cooking oil. So I'll mostly use extra virgin. Well, for cooking, I will use like the regular, just light olive oil because it's not going to burn as much. But I love to mix that with butter because butter is amazing, but it can burn, right? It can burn kind of pretty easily.
So mixing it kind of
Mixing it gives it that, yeah. And I also really love using like the leftover bacon fat because
this is my type of RD. My type of RD right there.
Exactly.
I love it. Yeah, so that's one of the things, again, fat is encouraged, obviously in the right amount, on Verda because it satiates us. So I love it. I cut you a little piece there. Are you ready to try this one?
I'm ready.
So this is our cauliflower steak with our chimichurri. Cheers.
Was this the roll your eyes back one? Or was
I mean, the other one was, but
I almost
this
did it.
one is, yeah. So good.
Yep.
What are you tasting? Tell me.
Just everything's fresh. I do get the as if I'm some sort of like
Take it there.
no, it's just like really it's crispy.
Bright.
You get it's very bright. Yeah, I can really get the onions or sorry, the shallot. Is there onions in there? Hence that. Yeah, the
Shallot, garlic.
I like the shallot because it's a little bit more mild.
Yes,
It's not quite as like in your face. Yeah, everything's just really fresh. I feel like I can taste everything in there. It's not too spicy though.
No.
I like it without. I mean, the red pepper flakes are great, but it's not
Overpowered.
spicy.
Totally agree.
It just brings it.
Together, you might need the knife for it, but it's delicious. What I'm getting is kind of smokiness from the actual crispy cauliflower itself. Incredible texture from it. And then, like Teresa said, so like bright in your face, pops in your mouth. Unbelievable. Yes, question. Go for it.
I have a feeling because we are about to move on to our third sauce that we are almost nearing the end of class. But before we do, how do you cut a cauliflower steak?
How do you cut a cauliflower
Without
steak?
getting all the crumblies around. We have so many questions
Oh,
about the chat.
no, that's a great question.
And that is also a question from me.
I'm going to demo it with an invisible cauliflower because I don't have one.
Oh,
But I'm going to go for it. You ready?
thank you.
Of course. So, can we get on the board real quick? Do you see the cauliflower here?
Yep, I see
Okay,
it.
here's the cauliflower. So on the bottom is the roots. And what you want to do is make sure the root stays intact. So if I cut to the right of the root or the left of the root, it will crumble and fall apart. So you want to cut big steaks through the root so it holds together, and that's how you do it. It should be about 2 inches thick when you cut your cauliflower steaks.
Okay.
Great question. I do want to recap. So what we did is salt, pepper, seared the heck out of that cauliflower steak with way too much oil from our RD Teresa.
But it was still really good.
It was so good. And I'm actually, that's the way I'm going to do it from now on. And then we chopped up a bunch of herbs, garlic, shallot. We had a little red wine vin, a pinch of chili flake, and some oil. And that is it with the chimichurri. Pretty simple. And again, salmon, portobello mushrooms, tofu. These both sauces, both the Romesco and the chimichurri, would be great on all of them. And bird friendly. Yeah. All right. Last one. We are going to make swordfish with Beurre Blanc. Come on over here. You ready?
I'm ready.
Are you guys ready at home? You've never had swordfish
I've
before?
never had it before.
Game on.
Yeah.
Game on.
Let's do it.
All right. We've got a screaming hot pan. This is a medium high heat. And we're going to add some olive oil to the pan. Go for it.
Please be careful. So the whole thing this time.
Whole thing. Beautiful. All right. And then we use salt and pepper swordfish. Now, if you're not into swordfish, anything will work here. We just look for a nice light fish. You're doing such a good job from up high. Look at Teresa go.
Here, I'm just very fancy.
I love it. Here, I'll flip them. You do the other sides.
Okay.
So we're just salt and pepper from high, so it just kind of scatters and evenly gets on there. That looks great. Now, one of the things I've already can see we're getting asked a lot is where to learn more about Virta. So go to virtahealth.com. And a lot of you guys, believe it or not, are covered by your employer, right? Or insurance. So you can absolutely see if you are covered. But again, to go learn more, virtahealth.com.
That's right.
And it is honestly life-changing. All right, ready? Come on over. We are not laying these in this way, right? We're laying them away from us.
Opposite. So
Opposite. We don't get splattered. They're going right in. All right. Now, a Beurre Blanc. Do you speak French at all?
I speak fluent French.
Do you really?
No.
Nice. Well, can you guess what Beurre Blanc means?
I'm guessing it's Italian for. It's French for something white. A white sauce.
Yes. It's a white sauce. Yes. But it's a white butter sauce. So it's white butter sauce. So really you need white wine or white wine vinegar, little lemon juice, and butter. And on Virta, you realize butter is your friend.
It's your best
And
friend.
can I ask you a question about that? Because I've always been told butter is not good for you. Watch your butter. Watch your cholesterol. What's up with that?
We're not in 1980 anymore.
Hey, man, I'm just asking. Tell me.
It's it's hard to get past that because we were told for so long that butter's not good for you. But butter's really making a comeback. It's been making a comeback for a while. It's actually really good for you. It actually has a very similar fatty acid profile as olive oil. I bet a bunch of people didn't know that. But you didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
So it's very similar in terms of the amount of monounsaturated fats and saturated fats. So it's not.
So it's not that dissimilar from olive oil.
It's not that dissimilar in terms of its fatty acid makeup. So
Why were people saying it's so bad for you? And why were they wrong?
well, I can't go entirely into it, but a lot of it had to do with poorly done studies
Got it.
and a whole bunch of politics
Got it.
and money to be made. So that is basically why butter is considered bad.
Got it.
It's completely for no reason.
It's false.
It's false.
And when I first got on Virta, and my blood work has changed over just these 90 days that I've been on it, my cholesterol was high. And I've learned that that's not necessarily always a bad thing. And that cholesterol, there's a lot of studies and there's a lot coming out. So it's just interesting. You have to kind of relearn a little bit. And Virta, again, is your teacher, it's your friend, it's your backbone, because the reality is we all have to have a better relationship with food, and you need to lean on someone to help you get there.
Yep.
So I'm with you. All right, so check this out, guys. Over to the pan. We've got our swordfish in here. Can we get close on here real quick? So it's time to flip when you can kind of see the little white line happen.
Yep.
And it's about halfway up the side of the fish. So we're getting really close there. I'd say we're not quite there yet.
Quite there.
Maybe I'd say another minute.
Okay.
But while that's cooking, we have shallot right here. And we've chopped it up really fine. Cool. Nothing more to it. We have a little lemon juice. Like I say, we have our butter and we have our white wine vin. Mary, any questions so far in the chat about this one? Because I know this one is different.
None so far. Well, I mean, butter. Let's talk about it. I know this is something that you're asked about as a Virta coach all the time, Teresa. Is like vegan butter or plant-based butter any better than regular butter? I know that we're doing some like mixing of oils just in case to get that sort of flavor. What do you think?
Yeah, not necessarily. I would say it's going to depend on the ingredients. It's going to depend on what types of oils are being used. So it's not going to be, cream-based. It's probably a blend of different types of vegetable oils or plant-based oils, I should say. So as long as the quality is there, it's olive oil, maybe mixed with canola oil, or high oleic safflower oils is a good one, then it's going to be fine. You just have to look at the ingredients. So ask your coach if you're ever unsure.
I love it.
They can help you out with specific brands.
By the way, I want to ask, and I'm just going to give these guys a flip real quick. I'm going to do one, and I want Teresa to do another one, okay? So you get your spatula underneath, finger on top of the cold part, flip it away from you.
Okay.
Okay? Hit it. So I want to ask everyone in the chat, is there anyone here who are currently Virta members? Is anyone? Yes? I'd love to hear their experience. I'd love to see what they're saying. So make sure that you let us know, because I've actually connected with a couple of them. People who are on this program die for this program. Like, they love this space. And to me, again, it feels like a space that meets you where you are. We've been saying that the whole time,
Yeah.
which is so special. All right. So we just flipped our swordfish. It's probably got another minute to go. We've gotten our Romesco done. We've gotten our beautiful chimichurri done. And you can kind of think of these as like 3 different types of sauces. One we used in a little blender guy, food processor. One we did by hand on a board, and the other we're doing in a pan. So a sauce doesn't have to be something you cook for a long period of time. It doesn't have to be super complicated. It can be really, really easy.
Oh, question.
Yeah.
Then can I store this in the refrigerator?
The Romesco or the chimichurri?
The Romesco,
Yeah.
maybe?
Romesco, you could do fridge or freezer. Freeze for a week, freezer for 3 months.
Okay.
And the chimichurri you want to eat within like the first 3 days.
Oh,
Because it's so fresh. It kind of starts to turn weird.
Yeah.
Kind of like guacamole, if you've ever had that. Yeah. All right, this next part is so easy. Anyone can do, but it looks kind of fancy. So, Teresa, you're going to do this. Come on over. You're going to add in 1 pat of butter right into the pan. Take this spoon and take this towel, and we're going to butter baste these puppies.
Oh, can
You
I
ready?
show you how I do that?
Yo, show me.
All right. Well. Oh, this is heavier than I thought.
Yeah. Yes. This is it, you guys. So a little bit of butter. And again, this could go over your steaks. This can go over your mushrooms. This could go over your eggplant. This goes so long. Look at how good that looks.
I had to go to YouTube to find out how to baste.
It makes it,
Not hard.
it's not hard, and it's a small technique that anyone can do, and it's a game changer. It is an absolute game changer. Yeah, I do a couple more of those. Look how good you did.
Oh.
I didn't even have to show you. Look at that in the
I was really excited to demonstrate this
part of it.
technique. Yeah.
Why? Just because it feels chefy.
It feels very chefy. Yeah.
It does feel chefy. All right, well, this next part's going to get even more chefy. So we're going to take these guys out. You can put the spoon right there. I'm going to literally just put these gorgeous swordfish fillets on a plate. All right. We're going to get rid of most of the oil and the butter. All right.
Okay.
And I'm just going to hold this pan up real quick. And can we get a close shot of that, Elliot? So what you see in this pan is a bunch of brown bits. And most people throw this away, but this is so gold. This is so good. So what you do is you keep the brown bits in. We're going to add a little bit of butter, and you're going to go with those shallots that we cut up. So go ahead and add those in. Right in. Beautiful. Yep. And we're not trying to kind of caramelize these shallots. We're just trying to kind of sweat them. Do you know what that means?
They can smell them?
Yeah, they're just kind of like releasing their liquid a little bit, right? So this looks great. So we just kind of cook these down, and then we've got a little bit of white wine. Go for it. Add that in. Yes, how good does this smell?
Smells amazing.
It smells amazing.
Yeah.
All right, and we're using a whisk for this because the whisk not only is going to help mix the sauce, oh man, it's
Not too close.
breathed it in, but it scrapes the bottom of all those little bits. So you get in there
Okay.
and whisk it up. No, not bad. Yep. And you just whisk it up. And what you want to do is you want to whisk this until the wine almost goes away. You can see it's like almost dry. So this will take about another 10 seconds. So far, pretty easy. And then at home, and Teresa, you've made a vinaigrette before where you add oil into vinegar, right?
Huh?
Oh man, is this not making you cough?
Well, no, but I'm also not.
I'm going to put it in your, it's
Okay,
like just literally, I love it. All right, we can turn off the
Get a
heat.
nice facial with that as well. 2 for 1 deal.
2 for 1 deal. So you can see it's almost dry, so I'm killing the heat. So why this is like a vinaigrette is, there it is.
Got it.
Is we're going to add our fat slowly, so it kind of emulsifies. So I'm going to add a little bit of butter. Yep, whisk that in. And what you're going to see happen is the butter is going to slowly melt, and the sauce is going to get thicker and more creamy. And you can see I'm just kind of putting in a little bit of butter at a time. You're doing so good.
Thank you.
And I turn off the heat, so it's just the residual heat of the pan. You can kind of shake the pan too. Go for it. Kind of shake it. There you go. And whisk at the same time. How good? I mean, you are looking like a chef.
Okay, so I did take one sauteing class with
Yeah.
my dad.
How'd it go?
And great. I did learn how to do this movement, I will say.
Yeah, I will say, like when I look it out on camera, I'm watching you do it. I'm impressed.
Oh,
I'm
thank you.
impressed.
Thank you.
So, what are your thoughts on, when people first start Verda? what are they seeing? What are the changes that people go through, and what are the results that are people getting?
People tend to immediately start to feel a lot better. Although I will say that in the first few days to the first week or so, you may notice a little bit less energy. You may notice a little bit more fatigue. It's really important to make sure that you're getting enough salt and that you're not restricting that, because so many keep going. So many.
No, that's great. You're done.
Okay, so many people have been told forever, just like butter, just like fat, to don't eat salt. But it's very important to make sure that you are getting those electrolytes.
Yes.
Because your body releases a lot of fluid when you reduce carbohydrates, and that can make you feel pretty miserable if you're not replenishing that again. So liquids, hydrating yourself, but also getting enough salt is very, very important. So you're going to feel maybe a little bit tired, fatigued for the first few days. But after that, a lot of people notice that their energy starts to soar, and they just feel more clear-headed. They just feel this sense of more stable energy throughout the day. And just, they're like, wow, it's just everything feels better.
Well, before Verda, I got headaches, so then my headaches went away, which I thought was really weird. I also sleep a lot better.
A lot of people have said that as well.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's been a lot of kind of beautiful kind of side effects that have happened that have been great. All right.
I mean, it sounds like magic, but really it's the way that your metabolism is responding. I mean, it's all of those things put together. It is science.
But it is changing. Yeah, it's changing the chemistry of your body. I mean, instead of burning carbohydrates, you're burning fat.
Yes.
And that obviously is going to change a lot of other things, which is crazy. All right, Elliot, let's get close here. You ready? So I'm going to take this sauce. You want to choose which one of these? Yep. All right, beautiful. And I'm just going to kind of just pour. Look how good of the sauce. Teresa mixed this, by the way. And it's this beautiful white butter sauce. And again, you can do this technique with anything, but it's such a simple sauce. It's one of my absolute favorites to make. You ready to try it?
I'm so ready.
And your first bite of swordfish.
I know. Could you do this on like a pork chop too?
Yes, this would be killer.
Right?
No, you should be able to just flake it up. Yeah.
My husband loves pork chops, so I feel like this would. Oops.
This to me is like,
Swordfish.
come on. Is that so good?
It literally does melt. It does. People say that all the time, but it actually is melting
It's so
in there.
It's rich without being overly rich. I feel like swordfish, by the way, is like the real chicken of the sea. Like it's meaty, it's chewy. Do you like it?
I love it.
Isn't it so good?
I love it.
It doesn't just fall apart.
I am something new in my
You're into it?
recipe arsenal. Can't wait.
So good. So 3 sauces, 3 awesome sauces. Romesco, chimichurri, a beautiful Beurre Blanc, 3 completely different ways to make it. We cooked a lot today. Again, we did it all with Verda. I'm a new user. Homemade is teaming up with Verda, and we're doing so many amazing things. So more to come. Teresa, thank you so much. Any final words about Verda, about you, about just cooking and food as medicine as in general?
Those are a lot of potential.
I know, a lot of potential words.
All I'd have to say, I think, is just, again, the personalization piece is so important, and you get to find out what works for you. You get to eat these super decadent foods that you've probably been restricting like forever, and guess what? You feel so much better. Skin gets brighter. Just everything is better, I think. So for me, it's all about feeling really good and doing it in such a way that I know I'm fueling my metabolism in the way that's going to work best, again, rather than against it.
Yeah.
So I think mostly I just love the food. I love how the food makes me feel. And I love that a lot of people I talk to will say, well, I just really like food. I'm like, I love food. And that's what this is about. It's making it delicious and then helping your body really use that in the best way and just get healthy as part of it.
Food can be our poison. It can also be our medicine. And that is the reality about food. So thank you so much, Teresa, for hanging out with us in the kitchen. Thank you guys so much for joining. And again, to learn more, visit bertahealth.com. And again, check with your employer if they have you covered. There's a lot of options there to get you enrolled in the program. But we really appreciate your time today. You want to do it? Get your towel ready?
Yeah, but I forgot the tagline.
I got it. I'm going to say it, Ray. I'm going to say a tagline, and she's going to throw a towel at you. Ready?
You gave it away.
Cook better, live better. See you next time. Boom!